That's what I'm talking about, you guys. 2-1 win away from home against Lille tonight. We find ourselves in the quarterfinals of this year's Champions League, and considering some of the ties we could potentially face in the next round. I'm looking at 3 clubs right now. I'm looking at Villarreal. I'm looking at Benfica. And I'm looking at Atletico Madrid because, I just didn't feel like they were that great against Man United. I think these are the 3 most beatable teams in the next round. And if we can get, God willing, an easy time the next round, we get to the quarterfinals. And honestly, I feel like any team would be scared to play against us because in games like this, under Thomas Tuchel as well, we just know how to manage and control ourselves in these games. And I think that's why we perform so well in Europe. And it's very exciting to see that a team that's still very young as well is able to play to such a high level already. It's, very exciting things to come in the future. And today, you guys, I'm here to break down our 2-1 win away from home against Lille. I'm going to be speaking about big moments of the games, goals, players as well too, as well as observations throughout. So I hope you guys definitely enjoy. Smash the like button. And getting back to the review, I guess we start with the lineup. We saw the 3-5-2 come back to the team. A midfield of Chelse, Pulisic and Jorginho as well. Jorginho, wow. He had a pretty iffy game in my opinion. I felt it was pretty iffy. Of course, unreal, world-class pass assist to find Pulisic. Of course, he gets all the applause for that. But his general control of the game, I was a bit disappointed at times. He was a bit weak in the 50-50s. It felt like Lille were constantly targeting him as well too, giving away some sloppy fouls at times, and some of the passing under pressure as well wasn't his usual self. So we've definitely seen better games from Jorginho. In the end, it was enough from him. He helped the team with the assists, but I definitely want to see more from him in future games. But what's my general thoughts on the 3-5-2? I felt like it allowed Lille to have a chance of the game in that sense. I think for me, one of the mad things about this entire game was the fact that it felt like it was constantly getting broken up, like literally every 5 minutes. Constant fouls, time and time again. And personally, I feel like the referee had absolutely no control of this game today. I felt like, you have to take your card out for a reason to manage the flow of these fouls, because at times there was a real battle on the field today. I felt like Lille were definitely giving it their best shot. They were definitely pressed with intensity. Playing a very physical man-v-man type of game, and at times they were looking quite strong against us. So this was definitely much harder. And I think getting back to the 3-5-2 point, I feel like when we press up front with 2 players, it just allows teams, especially their fullbacks, to get on the ball, get up the field, allowing them midfields, of course, to progress up the field as well too. And Lille's game plan today was to definitely get us down the flanks, and they had some dangerous moments there. I'm looking at Marcos Alonso. I thought this game was decent. It was okay, not terrible, but a few times he was getting beaten by some very clever pieces of play and skill. And Alonso, that's normally his type of kryptonite. But regardless, you guys, I definitely think the changes made in the second half is what ultimately just secured this game for us. I'll touch upon that in a second, of course. But 3-5-2 today, it definitely wasn't the best interpretation I've seen played. I felt like Jorginho was getting targeted quite a lot as well too, and it allowed Lille to push up too high against us, and it was forcing our wing-backs back. And you guys know that I don't like to see my wing-backs in the wing-back system, not being able to get up the field. So of course, made for a very tense game. And then the first goal comes courtesy of a penalty conceded by Jorginho. At first glance, at first viewing, I did think that maybe it was a bit unfortunate from Jorginho, but after repeated viewings, it did feel like he was bringing his arm down at the same time. And of course, if you're in a situation like that, you're just going to make it easy for the referee to, give an easy penalty away against you. So, of course, it was big for the player, big for Jorginho to come back, to make that assist and to get us back in the game, because that passing move, that was exactly the stuff we weren't doing throughout that first half. Keeping control of the game, getting the wing backs up the field, moving the ball from left to right, pinning them back. And of course, Pulisic, who's amazing at timing his runs inside the box. And I do think sometimes, I've always felt like he's been a bit hard done by, considering that, if Timo Werner isn't performing, you'd think that Pulisic is just the natural, successor for Timo Werner, because they kind of do the same thing already. We know that Pulisic has excellent timing of his runs inside the box. It got us a ton of goals under Frank Lampard. It feels like it has been underused for a very long time. to be honest. And you know, when he gets opportunities like this, you see those glimpses, you see what could be if there was a way to like fully utilize him in the team. So that was an excellent goal from him to just like literally cushion it with like a very casual sideways pass. And then the second half comes and the massive change made, which really helped us throughout the game, for me, was bringing on Mason Mount and moving us back to a 3-4-3. Now with a 3-4-3, this allowed us to press higher from the front. You know, one of the best things about how we press in Tuchel's system is our counter pressing. That is one of the best. You know, our midfielders know when to, of course, time their press, of course, you know, intercept passes, you know, create blocks, all that type of defensive stuff. And the front three, they press with so much intensity. You know, they really press defenders, they press fullbacks as well too. And that allows us, of course, to create those little like pressing traps, to be able to like create those overloads. And 9 times out of 10, we're winning possession back. So Mount coming on allowed us to create that type of tempo in our game. I felt his entire game tonight was excellent. Amazing that he got an assist today. Some nice little pieces of skill and play too. I feel like this guy knows how to use his upper body strength perfectly, you know, deceptively strong. I don't think that people give Mason Mount enough credit for his strength, to be honest. And he allowed us to just create those openings between the lines. He allowed us to just pin back Lille's fullbacks, stemming a lot of their good counter-attacking moves and just like make them more defensive, allowing us to play our more like tempo control type of game. In general, dangerous crosses, dangerous moments, you know, running at his opponents. And I thought Mason Mount was absolutely excellent and became like the big reason in the second half as to why this game was absolutely secured. So you know, credit goes to him. And of course, when you're seeing so much great play throughout the second half too, you're seeing a bit of confidence, a bit of swagger at times. You know, the second goal comes, and I thought for me this was like another excellent team move, another excellent passage of play. A great goal scored by azpilicueta, of course, getting on the end of a Mason Mount cross. And I like Azpi's finish. I like the fact that he knows that he can't really connect with his foot, so he makes sure that he connects somehow with the body part, uses like the hard part of his knee and just like directs that cross into the net. Great goal, great timing of his run as well too. And yeah, it was just an excellent piece of play. I like the introduction of Loftus-Cheek. I felt like, you know, he looked better than me compared to Jorginho. Just a little small cameo actually came on, you know, that the press resistance, you know, able to like, you know, play through the lines a lot more, help the ball move forwards a lot of times as well too. I thought that he looked good and hopefully get some more game time, because I don't think he's been anywhere near disappointing this season. Lukaku also came on as well too, and you know, it does feel like a lot of times he doesn't even receive passes at times. He had like a nice sort of piece of play near the end where, you know, he sold Fonse that dummy and won us a free kick near the end. But yeah, didn't really get too much opportunity to show what he can do. I feel like we always really struggle to create for strikers in general, to be honest. And just seeing how much more fluid we are having Kai Havertz up front over Lukaku currently, it's a tricky one. But I don't know, like I'd always have this like sneaking feeling that just theoretically Havertz and Lukaku should be working, in my opinion. I don't see how that would not work, because it feels like they just complement each other too well. So who knows, hopefully there's opportunities to see more of this as the season does go on. And yeah, that is the end of my match review. I do have like a few more closing thoughts as well. I thought Chalobah had another interesting type of game. It was nice to see his battle up against the experienced Yilmaz. And, you know, at times, you know, he does make mistakes in this game. I think we all see that. But what I like about Chalobah is the fact that I feel like he knows exactly the mistakes he's making. And then once he gets the feel of the game, once he's really, you know, got that intensity of the game, he becomes very, very solid as the game does go on. And you don't see those mistakes creeping in. It's normally during the start of the game. So this is where he can definitely like improve. I think the focus as well, you know, at this level, you have to be ready instantly. And, you know, I'd imagine that's quite hard. You know, I can't really relate to that. I'm not playing like competitive sports at like the elite level. But yeah, I think with more time and experience, you know, it's little quirks like that I feel like Chalobah can definitely improve in these areas, and then overall he just becomes an even stronger and better player. You know, I felt like as the game was going on today, he was getting better and better. I was seeing like nice driving runs to just force us up the field a bit more too. He's very comfortable when it comes to playing like that as well. So I like that about Trev. I find that very intelligent about his game, and I feel like over time this guy's going to be a very good player. N'Golo Kante today, I felt like he was just giving us like a nice little like beat in the fields. A lot of times, man, going on some nice silky runs throughout this game. Of course, very strong in the tackle, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like is Kante looking as strong and as imperious as he used to look like? Is it like age, or is he like not fully fit at this point in time? I feel like there's a few 50-50s that Kante doesn't normally ever lose. So every now and then, recently, he is like losing a few more. So let's hope that he fully gets back to like the match fitness we know he has, because you know, I thought Kante today definitely led on the field, definitely gave us that bite that we needed, and I think moving to like the 2 midfield in the second half definitely allowed him to get forward a lot more and influence our game. That's it, you guys. That is the end of tonight's match review. But before I go, just wanted to say that, you know, I was seeing some kind of sad news about how fans were getting hit with like tear gas, you know, away from home at Lille, and it seems like, you know, the police are just going ballistic. They're going, you know, a lot more severe than they have to. And a lot of times, especially if you're like an English fan watching the game too, you know, a lot of these officers have a lot of prejudice already coming in, so they're ready to go instantly, which is sad, and I've seen that myself throughout too. So of course, just stay safe, and hopefully you know, just get home safe as well too. And you guys, on that note, I'm the EFC, this is Blue Lines TV. Catch you guys later tomorrow, some more videos. Cool.